Hello everybody and welcome back again, and today on Climbing the Ranks we are taking a look at the Land of Fire map. Don't mind the actual battle. This battle is it's okay, but mostly what I want to talk about is actually strategy on Land of Fire. Because what I see oftentimes is a lot of teams, for whatever reason, depending on whether it's the position they spawn at or what they feel is the path of least resistance, and they all head towards the A cap. And that is the biggest mistake you will ever make in ranked on Land of Fire. That is because if you take a look at the map, you will notice that the A cap is pretty much completely open. No cover, nothing to get behind, you can't fall off detection. If you go to A, you are asking to be slaughtered. And this is the reason why I seriously recommend fighting for Bravo if you can. Yes, somebody's going to immediately come up and say, but hey, I've, done A and I've won that before. Yeah, true. It is possible on the rare occasion that the enemy team is completely terrible for you to win, but if the enemy team plays it correctly and they apply enough force from Bravo, there's a very, very low chance for you to actually win at A because you're just completely exposed to all kinds of fire. So, on what kind of condition should you or could you take Alpha? And to answer that question, you've got to cover the first really important class of ships for ranked in the game right now, which is destroyers. In ranked, a destroyer's job is to cap, to contest caps, to defend their own caps, and at certain occasions to engage other destroyers. Your job is not to go and hunt down individual ships or to just constantly fire on large ships to annoy them. Not your job. Primary job is to worry about cap. Because ranked is a very cap centered game mode. You have to be able to take those important points. Now, going back to that earlier sort of question, what time could you go after Alpha if you're playing Land of Fire? Let's say your team has gone to contest Bravo. And Bravo is a very, very heavily contested cap. So let's say your team is focused, most of their ships there. Enemy team is focused, their ships there. And you guys are really, really fighting over it. It seems like nobody can win the Bravo cap. Then you can send one destroyer, somebody that's hopefully fast enough to get over there quickly. And you can quickly send them over there to take the Alpha cap and come back to support the team. That allows you, under that condition, to have the cap generating points, but you don't really have to commit too many resources to defend it. But if you're going to send your entire team anywhere, do not send the whole team to Alpha, because then they are just entering a huge open shooting gallery where everybody can shoot at them, and it's very, very hard for them to return fire because there is just so much cover in the B cap. There is actually one other thing that I forgot to mention earlier about destroyers, is that in ranked, try to make sure that you're using your smoke for your team. So that's another thing, but that requires also very, very good positional awareness and being aware where ships are on your team and who they're under threat by. So you have to keep that in mind as well. But that is something that not everybody is great at, but it's something for you to try to maybe practice and to think about. So certain places, it's good to lay down smoke. All right, so moving on to this map again. I'm going to pull up behind this island, this particular island right now. Now what you'll see is that while I'm behind this island, I will be able to shoot at all the battleships and all the cruisers that are exposed on the A cap. So in this particular battle, I'm able to shoot at the Nagato, and I'm able to shoot at the Colorado with pretty much no issues. In fact, if I move up a little bit more, I'll be able to get all of my shots out. The other thing about this particular spot is that if I fire from this spot at those battleships on A, they actually cannot retaliate because I don't get spotted. You'll watch that I will fire salvos and my situational awareness never goes on. which means that if I stay in this position, I can keep firing on those exposed battleships, and they have absolutely no way to fight back. Not only that, but they also have absolutely nowhere to take cover. Take a look at how much cover the ships on my team have. They have island cover at E6, E7. I've got island cover here around E7, 8-ish. There's additional cover around D6, 7-ish. And all of my team ships are pretty much in cover. Take a look at the enemy team. What can they do? There's not really anywhere to go. They can't really attack us efficiently because by coming towards us, they're exposing themselves up for all the fire, again, from a good, solid cover position. And you will see that the enemy team they can't do anything. They are just out there absorbing damage and getting wrecked, and they can't even return fire. And that is why on Land of Fire, you always, 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 always go for Bravo. And because if you can like bunker down at Bravo, then the match is pretty much won. There's very little the enemy team can do. And as long as your team sticks together, your destroyers stick together, your cruisers stick together, the team generally sticks together, and you defend this cap, and you only ever, remember, on a 2-cap map, need one of those caps. As long as you can defend it, the match is yours. Because if you're firing from a well-covered place while the enemy's out in the open, as long as your aim doesn't fully suck and RNG doesn't hate you, you're pretty much going to win that game like 9.9 times out of 10. It's just that good of a position. One other thing, of course, is also take a look at where I am as a battleship and where the cruisers are and where the destroyers are. The destroyers in this battle were very good. They just kept that screening position, prevented the enemy team's destroyers from coming anywhere near our cap. Well, just a tiny little behind the destroyers, you see all the cruisers are there. All the cruisers are in good positions. And a little bit further back from the cruisers, the battleships are there, providing them with heavy fire support as well, in case any other large ship tries to bully them. And this battle just goes to perfection. There is nothing that the enemy team can do besides basically die. And this battle, this entire ranked battle, ended in less than 10 minutes. I've had other times where I've been on the same map and have gone for the Bravo cap. And I have a very frustrating replay, which I might do on a different day, where we practically had the game won. We were up on points, we were up on kills, and I'd done sort of everything humanly necessary to win that battle. And one of our destroyers thought it was a great idea in ranked to chase a kill, to go chase down the enemy cruiser, and just totally abandoned the cap. And of course, their enemy team's destroyer just kind of waltzed right in. And the minute they did that, it was done. It was just over. They were just able to come in, take the cap. None of the other ships on the team, the battleships with the cruisers, could spot that destroyer. And we were so close to winning, but we just couldn't do it because they just had both the caps and we had no destroyer support. So destroyer is really, really critical on Land of Fire. So after you've taken the cap for your team, to help guard it. Very, very, very critical. Again, take a look at this position of strength. What can that Colorado do? I haven't popped up on detection. I haven't appeared. Now I have, but earlier I wasn't. So the Colorado couldn't fire back. The previous Nagato couldn't fire back. The cruisers couldn't really fire back. And even though finally they bagged one of our cruisers, there's just so much cover for the team that takes Bravo. So for Land of Fire, if you're thinking about map strategy and which cap to go for B. All the cover is there. A is a suicidal trap if you send the whole team there, because the team that's at B is just going to have unrestricted fire on you, and they're pretty much guaranteed the win if you get into a position like this. Anyways, folks, hopefully that gives you a little bit more of an idea on how to play Land of Fire. If you do have any questions or maybe even other strategies, do post those in the comment section below. And aside from all that, have a good one. Hope you have better luck in ranked. Take care, and I'll talk to all of you again soon.